Hey guys, and welcome back to a banger. This is the LOS podcast, and today we are going to be doing a podcast on the book Mouse.
You already know it, and let's get giddy.
Just to start this off, I got a question for you all. Did you guys overall like the book?
Oh yeah, it was a great book. It was very deep. It made me see more about what happened in Germany and with the Nazis and the Jews. And I overall 10 out of 10.
Can't agree more. That's a very well way to put it. And yeah, actually, that's just a perfect way to put it. It's pretty good. It goes really into detail on the aspects of the war.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this book. This was like a goated S tier book, honestly. So yeah, I would recommend it to all our page supporters. And yeah, um, so that was a question. I have another question. That is very similar to the question I just asked. So what was your guys' favorite part of the book overall?
Me personally, my favorite book or part of the book was definitely let me find the page. It was page 29. Whenever his uh what was his name? Vladik. Yeah, Vladik's father-in-law uh offers to pay for his textile factory, which was pretty goated of him, honestly.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Adonis?
Okay, what would be my favorite? Okay, I think my favorite part of the book is in the beginning, where they're on the roller skates and then they're just playing around, and then he falls and his friends just leave him there.
Oh yeah, that was really good. And then he goes to his dad like crying. That was a good page. Yeah, I really.
Adonis, what page is that?
What page was that? Actually, I don't know.
Let me just check real quick. I remember that page. That was page. Hold up. That was page 5.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I really like that page. And then on page, I think. Hold up. On page, yeah, 6. Right after that, he goes to his dad. That was pretty cool to read.
Cool question, guys. So basically, you know, the Jews are mice, the Nazis were cats, and in real life, cats hunt the mice out of necessity. But you know, the Nazis did not kill the Jews out of necessity. So what do you think about it? Do you think that this book is justifying Nazism?
I would like to throw out there that not all cats particularly kill rats for necessities. Most of the time, it's out of just an instinct and to hunt for fun, kind of, and gifts for owners and stuff. Though they don't really understand. Sorry, my bad. I just threw that out there, but yeah,
So what you would say is not all Nazis hunted for fun. Some of them hunted out of necessity.
I would like to throw out there that not all cats particularly kill rats for necessities. Most of the time, it's out of just an instinct and to hunt for fun, kind of, and gifts for owners and stuff. Though they don't really understand. Sorry, my bad. I just threw that out there, but yeah. No, I mean, I was just saying, your analogy for that was not exactly correct in the idea that all cats hunt mice for necessity. And in the same way that not Nazis didn't do it for necessity, but they were often forced to.
Well, I was gonna say that basically from NPR.org, they say that the author draws the Jews as mice and the Nazis as cats. He said he found the mouse metaphor appropriate to Hitler's rhetoric to exterminate to of the extermination. and his reference to Jews as vermin. Adonis, do you want to say first?
Sure, I'll help you out with time here. I think my favorite aspect of the book is Richie just writing down Vladek's story. That was like the main point of the book, and I think it delivers that pretty well.
Mhm. Yeah, I would definitely agree. I would definitely agree with Adonis. And another great one was when when his dad was in the war, and like it showed him having to go through all the hardships and stuff. I felt like that was like really cool just to like see the art and all that. What about you, Louis?
Well, me personally, my favorite aspect of the book, like the story, was probably what the first chapter. Whenever it depicts how he didn't immediately find his wife that he had children with, and he had women throwing themselves at him. Basically, I just found that really interesting, and it was like kind of funny to me.
So I wanna draw some attention to page 57. Uh, So yeah, and page 57, his grandfather comes and he says you're going to be released on Parsh trauma. Do you think the belief in the Jewish religion helped the Jews out, or the mice in this instant escape from those camps?
For sure, I think that a lot of their hope and morale came from their religion and their hope for uh the what's the word I'm looking for? Hope and I'm just gonna end it there.
Yeah, well, like Odonis said, I actually had this in my notes on page 57. I had a question, like, what do you think the mouse slash what do you call it, mole like thing was? Like, what do you think that was?
To be honest, I think it was a mole.
On page 57, me me personally, I don't agree with that statement because from what I remember about moles was that they don't have very large whiskers as he did in the picture, which is more so a trait of rats and mice. They have very long whiskers, while moles have like really short, stubby faces and smaller whiskers.
But yeah, yeah, I'd agree with that, I guess. But it just kind of like the face shape kind of looks like a mole.
Yes, I don't remember in real life the mice and the pigs and stuff walking like upright. So it's a lot of that's dramaticized for the book.
Okay, so like on page 59, why do you think they let him out?
So, in my, I don't think the book really goes deep into Sirius's question there, but it is definitely has something to do with on page 57 where his grandfather tells him that he will be free, although I don't know the reason behind why they did let him free.
I just think that for like maybe the German law wouldn't like allow them to keep, hostages for that long. I just wanted to like put it out on page 100. The comic, it's like the art style is like very different from the rest of the book. Very different. What do you guys think about that?
Oh, whoa, yeah, that's true.
I would like to throw the idea out there that it's not the same book.
Oh, it's art. It's like an art piece because it says like it says like a little blip it on the bottom right corner. It has the art by something something 1972. So it was like On the little bottom right corner.
Spiegelman, 1972. That's the art. That's the author of the book, or the illustrator, or the whatever. Art Spiegelman. That's just the name.
Mine would definitely either be the dad or the main character because those are just like goated characters.
Little Richie, the baby, he's pretty cool. I kind of like him. Like the dynamics of like his passing and his stuff. It adds a little bit of more depth to the story. So I want to back to page 68. So at the beginning of page 68, it says, "Mala, did you put my coat someplace? No, are you going?" And then like on page 69, it just goes about how his dad threw away his old coat for a new coat, and he's just like so mad about it. I was wondering what's significant about that coat that he couldn't accept the new coat as replacement.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that too. Yeah, I don't know, but I think maybe it was just like I don't know, just a really good coat because I know I have like certain clothes that I really like, or I would yeah, and I feel like if I was like an adult that didn't grow out of his clothes, I feel like I would probably have that too. You know?
I definitely agree with you there. There was probably some sort of attachment or maybe even sentimental value to it that he might not have known about. But that's a great insight there. Or acumen, if you want to get vocabulary with it.
I just noticed in this book on page like 31, the dad's wife and the main character's mom, he like she like started I guess having a episode basically and she just got like really depressed and I like does anyone know what that might be?
Uh, earlier in the book, earlier in the book, it was like noted that she had like a bunch of like pills and stuff, so she probably just has like depression.
It does mention that, but it also on that um, page 31, it mentioned her her dad mentions that that giving birth was too much of a strain. She's always hysterical or depressed. A breakdown. I it it seems that it was a result of her giving birth to a pretty large baby.
Find the page. I just wanted to say that, yeah, or it could be like she's having a midlife crisis and is like maybe like, oh, well, like what am I doing with my life? I just had a kid, blah 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 blah, and is yeah, I guess stressed. So like I just noticed while flipping through the page, while turning the pages, I noticed that on 29 also there's a weird art change where the rats are just like fully just covered in black and I don't know what that is.
um, I might just throw an idea out there that maybe there was something wrong with the printing of it, but I don't see how that would make sense to me. That's a great question, though, serious. I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure on another page I've seen their mouth like that. For example, page 87. I think it conveys a secretness in the art style of like what's happening.
I'd like to turn your attention to page 63, where the main character's father in the war, or whenever he gets out of it, he gives his friend's children chocolate, which I would like to make a comment on that and say that that guy is really nice. He's very kind. And I just noticed that and I thought it was worth mentioning. On page 63.
He was probably waiting for it that he would never receive those packages again. So he's probably just storing up for himself.
I think this is like, I don't know if maybe someone could look this up, but I think it might also be like if you're in that situation and you get like, it's kind of almost like a trinket that you might hold on to, like to remember that. And then, yeah, I don't know.
So yep, I've noticed that the pigs are always on page 7. So I got an outside source. So basically, on the ShadyGroveRanch.net, it says in Leviticus 11:7, eating pork is forbidden to God's people for the first time, which is roughly chapter 3 of the Torah. So I just thought that was like, I don't know if that was a coincidence, but yeah, that's pretty cool.
I would like to refute that claim by mentioning on 46, whenever the medical examinations were going on for his, I think that was his brother. They are also pigs, so I think that there's a correlation between Polish and pigs in the book, which I've also noticed on page 37. Whenever on page 37, whenever Anja says the phrase, when it comes to Jews, the Poles don't need much stirring up, referring to Polish people. And with her Polish maid there, she gets quite offended by that statement, who is also represented as a pig. Anyways, I would like to return back to the question I posed about the representation of Polish people as pigs. And according to kpktoronto.org, um, they mentioned that drawing Polish people as pigs was a calculated insult from Spiegelman, the author of the book. From yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. That it was represented as an insult to the Polish. I have a question. I have a question, Adonis. On page 48, where I think his dad is in the war. He says it held up a hand to show it was hurt to surrender, but it kept shooting and shooting until finally its view stopped moving. Who knows? Otherwise, he could have shot me.
That was horrible. Yeah, that was a horrible page, bro. That I kind of liked I kind of liked the dude less after that. I was like, oh, that's kind of shitty.
Question: why do you think he did that? I mean, I know it mentions he could have shot him, but on a deeper level, how do you think he did that, and why?
Well, me personally, if I was in a war and like, you know, these bad guys are the reason I'm in the war, I don't know. I might have to act up just like he did in this book. So I think it's kind of justified.
Honestly, yeah, and I might agree with Adonis a little bit on this. Is also if he's like got shot by a bunch of bullets and he's putting his hand up in pain, he's probably gonna die anyway, and he's just putting him out of his misery. That might also.
Let's go!